What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're going to be running the Thunderstrike raids here shortly. And before I jump into the gameplay footage, I just want to mention the different teams that will be required depending on where you guys want to place with regards to the Rolling Thunder milestone. So with regards to that, in order for you to get the 6 or the 7 red unlock, you're going to need at least 9 or 10 nodes completed in the span of the week here. And if you need 3 nodes per day, then the first one you're going to be able to utilize the Vigilante. They'll pretty much make short work of it, but you can also use some of your mythic characters. And when you guys see the gameplay footage, it will make a little more sense that way as well. Secondly, the second team will be it's going to be like the Stormbound section, which requires the chapter 3 characters, and in this one we actually are able to have access to the Winter Guard now. So again, I might throw Omega Red in there depending on the depending on if I want to try it out or not, or maybe I'll just stick with the usual Brimstone. Really depends. I don't know if it'll make that much of an impact because I don't have the full set of the Winter Guards, but for those of you guys that might have them built up, perhaps it is a strategy and inherently it might work for you guys better than it'll work for me. So if you guys do have them, it may actually be more beneficial. And the last and final node that will basically at least guarantee you the 6 red unlock will be basically the node that's coming back to, I forget the name of it. Is it Harbringer? So it'll basically tie back, I believe, to Chapter 1, which is basically a combination of using either Fantastic Four, there's Vigilante, there's also Quasar. So basically those top 3 teams there will inherently be your best choice. Now, if you are looking to get that 7 red unlock, you are going to need tier 20 Brimstone Immortal Weapons or Winter Guard in order for you to partake in that 4th and final node. Do keep in mind, we also do get some heals out of the milestone rewards for the Rolling Thunder as well, so it may be dealable with a little bit of trial and error and some luck. But we will we proceeded last time with only 3 Immortal Weapons with Thunderstrike and as well as Living Mummy as the taunt. And as you guys see here, those are the 5 characters that I had that were tier 20. And this time, we are going to try our best to see if we can get all the milestones done. And if you guys are able to use the specific characters that I used, I would recommend the the 3-piece here if you guys are looking for that 7 red and you're just needing that extra node. Or if you don't want to do that Stormbound node, you are able to skip it and you are able to go into the Conquerors section where you're able to use Blastar and some of the Insidious 6 as well. So that could be an option as well. Or you could potentially even try the last node, which requires basically the new mutants, the newest node that came from the last Thunderstrike. So definitely some various strategies you can utilize, but we will kind of talk more about that during the gameplay footage and it'll make more sense. But if you guys are wondering what I did, I used the 3-piece Immortal Weapons plus Thunderstrike. That makes it 4 of them together, activating all the Immortal Weapon buffs and as well as Living Mummy. It is still very Mystic heavy, costly. We were able to kind of reduce some of that cost with the Iron Fist World War II because he is skill, but with Thunderstrike being in the lineup there, as well as Living Mummy, a Swordmaster, and Bullseye Lady, or Lady Bullseye, that it's extremely Mystic heavy. And on top of that, this time we are actually going to try our best here to go for the full 5-piece set, so we can do all the milestones and collect those rewards, because we do want those passives. I do believe that Thunderstrike is going to be one of those crazy characters, and he's going to need all his passive abilities later on, so I'm not afraid to bump these guys up because I have been hoarding and I've been kind of buying the pieces from the store. As you guys will see here, I am pretty much depleting the last of my resources here. I still have a bit of these Mythic Geodes or Genodes, whatever they're called, but this Crimson Sigil, that's gonna tear my supply up. So I don't mind doing it because I do want those milestones and I want to see if I can hit them all, but to each their own. And of course, it depends on where you are in the game and how many stars as well that you want. But I will be pushing basically for all the milestones because we don't know when they may come back. And hopefully I am able to do it with this team as well because they are a bit lower in the star levels. Having said that, guys, let's jump into the actual gameplay, and hopefully the gameplay will kind of make a little more sense with the theory that I've kind of presented to you guys. And, you know, in a sense, I hope this is helpful for you guys looking at maybe if you're trying to figure out if you want to spend a little more Mystic material and push for the extra milestones, or you feel like, hey, you know what, as you're kind of crazy, man. You do you, man, and I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm just gonna stay in my lane. But like I said, to each their own, and I hope the gameplay footage is beneficial to those of you that are looking to push for the milestones, or just looking for maybe, maybe a different take on the node if you've been kind of banging your head against the wall on it. Without further ado, guys, let's jump into the gameplay. What's going on, guys? This is your boy Az. We are back here, and yeah, we will be running the Thunderstrike raids here. We're gonna be just basically focusing on the main nodes. I try to skip the bosses because we don't really need to do them. We only care about the milestones for the Thunderstrike rewards. And I should also say that before you guys do it, just make sure you guys are checking on the milestones on what you want to achieve here. With regards to my gameplay, we're going to be able to do every single node. So then you guys are able to see kind of how I run through it. And we are, from my side of things, am aiming for the maximum amount of rewards on the milestones. And again, we have been preparing for these raids for a long time, and I've been kind of preaching about it in my videos as well. So make sure you guys have those ready to go. For this first lineup, I will run the Vigilantes so you guys can kind of see how it's done. I don't even know I have this team saved up because I have so many teams sometimes and just kind of clusters around here. But you can also use your mythic characters. So what I'll do is, because I do have ample energy to share, we will run the Vigilantes, and I will try my best to kind of cancel out so you guys can kind of see how it's done. Preferably, if you don't want to use your Vigilantes and you want to use like some of your mythic characters like your Odin and your Professor Xavier if you have them unlocked, that would be ideal because then you can save your cooldowns, right? You can save your cooldowns because for the most part, Vigilantes is going to be able to walk this team down pretty straightforward. We've got raid buffs. Just focus on Daemon. He's pretty straightforward. Silver Sable basically just shreds everything. And the other reason why I don't want to use these guys too is because they do it so easy, right? They do it so easy, and you really absolutely don't need to use Vigilantes if you don't need to. Having said that, if it is your only choice and you don't have like another team to use, then please use Vigilantes because they're gonna cakewalk these guys, and I need to quit right here because otherwise I am not gonna be able to come back to it. So we're gonna retreat right here, and I think you guys get the gist of it. It annihilated them. It was very smooth. All that good stuff. Okay, so just make sure you have the Thunderstrike difficulty so that way you guys are aiming those Skyforge runes, and make sure you're collecting the global world milestone as well. Those don't get automatically collected, so if you don't collect them, they're not going to get utilized. And again, with this one, you want to avoid using your Vigilantes and saving cooldowns, so then it's kind of brain dead. So I mean, I'm going to throw in everything that's like pretty nasty in here that you don't have to worry about. Let's see, where is our Professor Xavier, and who else do we want to bring in? Do we want to bring in Endgame Thanos just for funsies? Sure, let's do it. I wish I can just sim it, but we can't. So anyways, it's pretty cool. You can come in here and you can literally just I think we take a couple of hits from Mephisto, or sorry, not Mephisto, from Daemon, or Franklin, I guess. Whoops, because we don't have those raid buffs canceling out the extra speed, so that's why he goes first. So we do take a couple of hits there. So it's not like as one-sided as the Vigilantes, but having said that, it is, I would say, still fairly consistent, and you don't have to worry about the cooldowns or anything like that because I will show you guys what we'll do here once we get to our actual turn. And I want to make sure that Null uses his special. So that's the only reason why we don't just hit auto to begin with. Once we hit Null here, and he gets his turn, and we'll just place it in the middle here. Boom. Then you can go crazy. You can just hit the auto button. You can go watch some TV. You can go, do some dishes while these guys do their thing here. Because yeah, you're not gonna really do too much paying attention here because it's gonna be absolute slaughter. It automatically just goes to Daemon because he's in the middle. But you guys can kind of see here, if I do lose this match, then you can come in and maybe clean up with Vigilante or something. But I've done this a million times with the other ones. And out of the, I don't know, we've had the Thunderstrike raids, 2 times already, 3 times per sesh. I've done this 6 times then, and I've never had any issues with if you're using any mythics. Old Man Logan would be a nice sub in as well. Shadow King. You don't need these exact characters. I think you just really need if you have Professor Xavier, you don't really need much. If you have Odin, you don't really need much. Noah and Odin kind of just carry it. Mephisto here is just extra cushion. And as you guys can see here, yeah, we're not going to have too many issues. We're just basically on cruise control here. So, yeah. So I will have to, yeah, I will have to basically, you know, if you're not going to use these characters, then you might as well just let them have their abilities used. Because otherwise, yeah, that's why I was saying it's kind of unfortunate that we can't use them on the other modes. But it is kind of what it is, and they want to make sure we can kind of like use the other teams that they want us to build, right? So there you guys have it there. So pretty straightforward, fairly easy. I don't really know if there's much to talk about in terms of the follow-up for the first node. And then, yeah, you want to make sure you get that 1,000 points for the milestone that's going to go towards, you know, the next one is interesting because it is Brimstone. Now, you are able to do it with a combination of Brimstone and Immortal Weapons, and this is actually kind of nice because now they've actually included the Winter Guard in here as well. So you do have some options. You do have some options, and I would say for those of you that don't have some of these, you know, some of these Brimstone guys built up, which is, I mean, it's highly unlikely. It is highly possible that you don't have them built up, but if you do have them built up, use them because you can use the Winter Guard later on, and you might need them, right? You might possibly need them. What we will do here is we want to make sure Omega Red can get his like ult ready. So I would say, you know, bring him in. You know, maybe he'll be handy. We also have some Immortal Weapons as well. But yeah, you don't really need those either. But yeah, we've got Thunderstrike. We've got yeah, we've got a good mix here. So I'm gonna bring in Omega Red, see how it goes, and maybe, who knows? Maybe we can do some theory crafting and theory strategies for this specific one for people, if you know, if we need to. So we're gonna open up with the big ult here. Now, is this the Thunder? Did I move this to, like, that felt really easy. I hope this is Thunderstruck difficulty. I don't actually know if it's, because that ult was pretty big. Are these guys Thunderstruck? I feel like they should be. Well, no, I'm not sure. I should have checked my difficulty here. Sorry guys. That just felt really easy. I'm gonna back out here quickly, just to make sure we were on Thunderstruck. What the heck? Hey, what's the normal one then? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. Well, let's do that again. Sorry, guys. I just thought it was really easy because we, you know, like, Daemon was just doing Daemon things. But yeah, it just felt like it was very, very easy. Okay, so let's do that again. Apologies for that. Okay, so going in here, yeah, you just want to make sure you do have the right difficulty, because you're not going to be able to get those points back. And with this node specifically, we want those freebies, right? These are the easy points that you can score, and if you're aiming for that 7 red, you want to make sure you can score those points. Otherwise, yeah, that's going to make you cry. Let's do the special here. That's going to kill off a couple people, provide the turn bar back to Daemon, and he's going to get his energy fill back as well. Yeah, this is literally just a Daemon show. Like, I don't even know if Omega Red's going to get turned. I guess he does. Okay, so now he's got his ult. He's got his ult ready to go from turn 1. Yeah, I guess we could... Yeah, we just basic here. I think we're okay. We can probably basic. Daemon, he's ready to go as well. I don't know if I want to use the special. You know what? Screw it. Let's do the special here, because I do feel like it's gonna take care of somebody, give us a turn bar, and Daemon's just doing Daemon things. So yep, Doctor Strange again here, coming in clutch with his extra crits for Daemon. So yeah, Daemon's gonna do his basic again. I mean, literally, gosh, nobody even takes a freaking turn. It's literally just Daemon doing the entire show by himself. So there you guys have it. So those are the first 3 nodes. Basically, wait, the first 3 nodes? First 2 nodes. Sorry, not 3 nodes. First 2 nodes. And yeah, those are pretty straightforward. And then as you get into the Harbingers, then this is where it gets a little funner, where we can use some Vigilantes if you have them at tier 20. It's unfortunate if you don't, but don't worry about it, because we actually aren't going to use too much of the Vigilantes. We're actually just going to use Silver Sable here with a combination of Quasar. We want to make sure that Invisible Woman is on the far side here, because we don't want her getting damaged. And let's see here. We got Raider, Striker, Barrier. Looks pretty good to me. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I think this time we made sure that to have it on Thunderstruck as well, so we don't waste energy, right? So this one kind of looks like it's crazy, but the reason why we have Quasar beside not Professor, but Mr. Fantastic is because that turn bar is going to hit Quasar instead of Invisible Woman. If you have Invisible Woman there, it's going to suck. So we're going to do the alt here. That's going to squish everybody nice together, and that's what you want. And then when we get to Franklin's turn, we're gonna do his special. That's gonna basically drain a lot of those guys down, remove the buffs. Super Scroll does his thing, and again, the reason why we want Invisible Woman there is so we can get her protected. She's kind of like our baby. We want to keep her nice and safe. So that Super Scroll does his thing. So this is where it's important. This is where you want to make sure once they're done all their thing here, Quasar is basically going to do his his special here, and that's going to basically just clobber everybody, and that should hopefully give you guys a good amount of damage here. It should kill off some people. You can also do his ult, but I feel like because his ult is bigger, and depending on if you use Quasar later on, then you have it ready. Then Silver Sable's got her ult ready to go here. She's going to be able to apply the heal block, so nobody can do their heals. Now, right here, you can use Quasar's ultimate if you wish. I'm just gonna do this basic, because we don't need to do that. And then yeah, right here, he's already ability blocked. But what I like to do is I like to stun as well, just so he doesn't get those repetitive motions of heals. So then he's completely canceled out, and he's not gonna be able to help the Peggies at all. So that's kind of what we want. So no heals, no nothing. We'll do the special right here, just to apply the ability block. Doesn't matter. You can do it on Peter B. Parker as well, but he was already ability blocked, so it doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, we just take a couple of hits from them, which is fairly straightforward. Right? So, should be fairly straightforward here, I think. And it depends on what you're using for your next team. I like to do Franklin's ult. If you are going to use Franklin in a future node, don't use his ult. You want to make sure you can save the cooldowns. In this case for me, this is going to be the last time I use these guys, so it really doesn't matter. But if you aren't going to be using them, please save those cooldowns. The cooldowns are very important for future nodes, and if you want to do like a sack with the Fantastic Four or something, it's going to be important later on. So once you get to basically the last couple guys, yeah, you can just kind of basic and keep it going here, and it's going to be fairly straightforward. So yeah, I don't know if there's too much else to say. We can just hit the auto button and basic it, and yeah, fairly hopefully straightforward for you guys. Invisible Woman and Quasar will basically just shred her apart, and there you guys have it. So that in itself is about the first few nodes, and then that way you guys can kind of get a sense here. If you're able to do these 3 easy ones, you're going to be able to pocket yourself a 6 red quite easy, because if you do 3 there and 3 there, then it's let me just quickly go into the Rolling Thunder milestone so you guys can see here. So we've already got our 3,000 points, and if you do 3,000 for the next one and then 3,000 again, you're going to hit about 9,000, which is right around this one right here, the 6 red. And if you're able to do one more node after that, then you're able to kind of get the 7 red unlock. So if you're able to kind of push yourself into that situation, then you've got yourself a fairly decent chance of getting a 7 red unlock for Thunderstrike. And hopefully that makes sense. But otherwise, I'm going to take a little break here in between, and then we'll go into the other nodes here before we continue. Okay, I'm back here. It's been a couple hours. I had a meeting to jump into, and I wasn't able to play. But now we can get back into it now, and now we're going with the next node. Just to recap, if you can do the 3 nodes, you are able to kind of get that 6 red unlock. And then the 4th node here, if you are able to do it, we're going to run it with a 3-piece Immortal Weapons plus 1 Brimstone member and Thunderstrike. Thunderstrike will act as our 4th Immortal Weapon. Inherently, this will help us form the synergies that they will need for their passives to activate. But I also want to show you guys here that if you do have some of the Brimstone members leveled, it would be possible to substitute Living Mummy out as well. May even be possible to bring in like Omega Red, and maybe Red Guardian. I don't have the mats for them, so for both of them. So I'm gonna just stick with my other strategy that we used last time here. And we could actually go full immortal weapons here to make it easier, but I do want to showcase the fact that it is doable. And just depends on RNG. We'll see here. So you're gonna just take a couple of barrage attacks, and this is why Living Mummy is so good, and why we have him here. And we have Thunderstrike right beside him, so that he can basically ping. Due to the Thunderstrike passive for the raid here, he'll basically get energy, and he'll steal 10% of their health, which actually does add up quite a bit. With Lady Bullseye, we're gonna do her thing. We're gonna activate the ultimate. That's gonna strip and debuff as well. And it actually does quite a bit of damage. I think I only have... yeah, I think she's one of the best ones for removing, especially if they've got Safeguard. It just rips it right off. So, pretty cool. And then we'll focus our attention back on Daemon, because we don't want him taking another turn. Hopefully not. We'll use the ult here. That will... just kind of get some good damage here as well, and some energy back. And again, that taunt there protecting our immortal weapons guys. And we do have the cushion of World War Iron Fist as well to revive if potentially if someone does get knocked out. And luckily for us, he is, I think for most people, he will be 7 yellow and probably, you know, diamonds, just based, I think there was like, wasn't there like an event or something that gave those for free, if I'm not mistaken. So Quasar is going to do her thing, and every time she hits, Thunderstrike's just dishing out damage. We can probably do the special here. Get a couple of clusters. Save the ultimate if you can, so that way, like I said, it's like your backup holy S button if it comes to that and you need to revive. And it gives you some cushion as well. We're going to do the special here because it's so damn good. Applies negatives and just hits everybody. Yeah, and we'll do Thunderstrike. This is going to drain the health, and it's going to kill off some people as well. I love that percentage damage he does. So, I don't know. People rip on him quite a bit, but, you know, for sure, I've seen his effectiveness with Thunderstrike raids. In Cosmic Crucible, you know, he's so-and-so, because he is with Blastar, so it's really hard to gauge his abilities, because he is kind of an odd one where he's like, he amplifies Blastar, but he is kind of worthless without Blastar. So, anyways, yeah, but he doesn't do too bad of a job here. So we'll do the ult again here. Drain the health. It would be nice if it blinded too, like if it actually landed some AoE blinds or something. That would be pretty cool. But he does get a ton of energy though, I'll say that. So every time Living Mummy hits him, he just hits back. He gets energy, health back. Yeah. We can do the special here again. That's going to kill Green Goblin. And yeah, you can kind of tell we're going to be fighting against the clock here. Because these guys are really tanky, and we've got like a minute. We've got a minute and 30 seconds left. So I think we might actually time out on this, depending on if we can't take... Oh, okay, never mind. Green Goblin's dead. Okay, let's do the special again here. Let's see if we can take out some of these mummies. Yeah, these guys are brutal. They're so tanky. So we'll do the ult here again so we can drain the health. And then maybe that should kill Captain Marvel. Almost. If we do the special, if we do the ult again, she'll probably die. Oh, and no, crap, now she's killing herself. So 1 minute to go here. Oof. It's getting close. Okay. So, yeah, as you guys can see here, lots of energy. Oh, this is great. So the ult here is going to rip all those, watch the safeguards. They'll just melt away. That's why I love that ult. And that's why she's such a good character as well. People kind of rip on her a bit, but she is a raid character, and if you guys are going to use her, I mean, it's nice you can kind of slot her into Thunderbolts or into Immortal Weapons. So she's got dual purpose there. Let's do the ult here, because that's the only thing we can do, and this should hopefully kill him. And, oh my gosh, 20 seconds. Yeah, we might time out here, guys. It's going to be close. Yeah, it's going to be close. So we'll do the ult here. Drain some health. Okay, dead. Alright, sweet. And hopefully we can take her down and head on to the next node. So there you guys have it. So if you're able to get that Brimstone or Stormbound, done, that will give you the 7 red. Nice and easy. So the next one shortly after is the this is the one that requires Conquerors. So you can basically use your Fantastic Four. You can use your Brimstone as well, and Blastar is in here as well. And yeah, I didn't really try too much with this, but I will say that Insidious 6 is the go-to team because you'll see here with Old Man Logan, he shreds. Like I've tried a couple times with the Fantastic Four, and it works. You can do a sack wave and then come in and clean up, but I feel like for the most part, people will have these guys already brought up. They will, now that they're farmable as well, that makes it a lot easier. I just brought my Hobgoblin to 7 once they had him bumped into the into bumps, and then yeah, Superior Spider-Man, he's getting there as well, and Shocker and Vulture, they were 7 long time ago. But yeah, getting them to tier 20 is the issue, and I think because they are one of the newer raid teams next to Immortal Weapons, I feel like you're probably in a pretty safe spot just to gear them up. And yeah, I mean, Orcus ran with us for a bit here, so we'll do the ult here. As you can see, fairly straightforward. Old Man Logan tries to strip all the buffs, and he can't do anything because we've got immunity at the start of it. We've got safeguard, and I feel like for the most part, if you guys are running Insidious 6, it's gonna pretty much just be a breeze. You should be able to just walk right through this. I don't know if you'll have too many issues with it, but yeah, we'll do the ult here. That's gonna rip everything, drain, and yeah, you want to focus on the left side. You want to get rid of Omega Red and Old Man Logan, because leaving these two alone is kind of a, it's kind of a poor choice. We'll save the ultimate, because what ends up happening is if you don't have the ult when the oaths drop, sometimes they can flip our buffs and do a decent amount of damage as well, because they are pretty strong here. We shouldn't underestimate these guys, because these guys are still freakishly strong. We'll do the ult here, because that's a cluster on the right side is better than hitting just 2 people. And then yeah, Green Goblin, or not Green Goblin, Hobgoblin's doing the same thing. Special, I should kill off probably all of them here. Once he does his little assist, or the bleeds. The bleeds are just amazing. So Omega Red, we'll just do the special there. That should hopefully rip some buffs off, and yeah, just basic. Yeah, that Bleedy Bullseye pretty tanky too, hey? It's tankier than I thought. Okay, so same thing here. You don't need to alter anything. Just save it for when the wave drops. I think it should be dropping pretty soon here. So there you go. So now, yeah, we got the taunters. Leaving Hyperion there is good, because then you can kind of have a little cluster point where you can kind of aim some AoE, because they do got that taunt there as well. So that helps us out. We'll do the special so we can get Safeguard back up, and also apply some ability block here. And hopefully touches Oath. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. So they got the ability blocks, and now we're in a pretty safe spot here. So now you can basically just coast, so to speak. But we won't hit auto or anything, because we don't want to be cocky. Yeah, we'll just see, these taunts are annoying. So if you can't get rid of these taunts, you have to just fight through it. And yeah, if Oath was there and she does her ult, yeah, she still does a lot of damage, right? She's so good. Even now that we have all these new teams, Oath and Blade still, they still are, in my opinion, some of the better characters, and they're so utilized in so many modes. War, Crucible, like raids, sorta, kinda, if people aren't leveling their immortal weapons, I guess. Okay, all right. So yeah, that should take care of Oath. And yeah, that's about it. So I think you guys can kind of see here now. We can pretty much at this point, now you can use your ult and you can hit auto at this point, but fairly straightforward. So now the next node that we will go into after this is the hard one. It's probably the most difficult node in the Thunderstrikes, raids, whatnot, and yeah, hopefully we can get it done here. And I'm gonna have to mess around and see if the full immortal weapons will work smoothly, but we will see. All right, so there you go. Wow, that node 6 is something else. Even with a fully sized, or sorry, not fully sized, but with a fully tiered 20 immortal weapons, that node is still something else. As you guys can see here on my damage, I was attacking and resetting, and I figured out the correct approach to it. But wow, it took some time, and I did have to do some 50s and some 100 core refreshes just to kind of get the attack attempts in to reset. But yeah, it took about probably took about 10 tries maybe. So hopefully helps you guys out, because wow, that was a doozy. So let's jump into the footage here. Now we've got the now I think we've got the right approach here. You want to make sure you have Iron Fist on the far side, and the next one is the other Iron Fist, because these are only 7 yellow. The other 3 are all like 5 or 6. So we'll start off here with the spawn. We're gonna let Daemon do his thing. We have safeguard, so it doesn't do anything, and we want to make sure we can set this board up correctly. So we want to throw the ult here. That's gonna strip the safeguards, and then we're gonna throw the special from Swordmaster. He's gonna strip everything off, get the taunts off, and then we're gonna throw the stun on Thanos as well. The one that isn't stunned, as you guys can see there. Do a little rewind here as well before the stun. That just kind of keeps this side in check. Those gladiators are going to be crucial to how we beat this node here. So just keep an eye on those guys there. We're going to do the ultimate there. That's going to do the ability block. And now we can finally do the stun on Thanos endgame on the far right. And people's health are slowly draining here. So just be careful here with the Thanos ultimate. You want to make sure you are able to kind of dodge that if you can. We'll throw the special there. That's going to clear off a couple guys bleeding out. Daemon's not going to be able to do anything. We'll throw the special again. So this is the easy part. This is the easy part. The hard part is when we're going to get Sebastian Shaw and the 2 pandas dropping. And we have to make sure that we can keep 5 on the board minimum. If it drops less than 5, that is going to be an issue, because then both the North Stars are going to be coming in. So we want to make sure we can clear some of these guys here. And as you're trying to doing it, you want to make sure you're not like killing off the gladiators. I picked gladiator because he's tankier, and I'm trying to focus my damage so I can kind of clear off the pandas, clearing off maybe one of the Sebastian Shaws or both of them if I can. Thanos endgame is stunned as well, so he's not really going to be too much of an issue, and we've rewound that side a bit. So we'll take the hits here from Panda. We'll throw the special again here, and that's going to kill off some people, which is unfortunate, because like I said, we do want to keep some of these guys alive so that we don't bring the North Star, and we will have to cancel. So as you can see here, we can take one of the Sebastian Shaw ults. The other one's stunned, but if you take both of them, that's going to be a doozy. So we're going to throw the ult here to try to get him down, try to kill him off, so that way he's not part of our set that we have to worry about. Throw the special, and hopefully no one dies here before that happens. I've had several attempts now, and it's getting pretty infuriating trying to time it right. But yeah, it's going to take some luck, guys. We'll throw the special there. That's going to kill him off, and I'm hoping here that's going to kill off, and that's going to have 5 on the board still. So that is basically the setup you want. You want to make sure you can kill off one of the Sebastians if you can. If we just have to worry about one, it's fine. Then we don't have to go too crazy. As you guys can see here, same lineup here. And I honestly feel like if I had more stars on these guys, it would probably be easier. We will jump back in here, and like I said, we'll get the energy, we'll get the North Star. So that's kind of our cue there. He's going to do his thing. And the key factor here is the fact that there's only 1 North Star. If there was 2, we may be in trouble. So Sebastian Shaw is going to do his little dumb special, which I hate when we're playing up against here, but that's okay. We timed it so that way only Iron Fist gets killed, and we still have the other Iron Fist to revive him. So that's the game plan here. And yeah, you're just going to take a little bit of a beating, and the health is going to get dangerously low here. It's going to seem like it is sketchy, but they do have the heals. Swordmaster is going to do his thing. Apply the negatives. And then we will have, yeah, we'll have basically the turn meter rewind here. We'll throw that in there so we can kind of get the cluster. And once we get back to Iron Fist World War II, we can throw a stun on North Star and then revive the original Iron Fist. Thank goodness for that. He's going to come back up with a taunt since he is revived. And we'll throw some heals here for defense up so we can take some hits here from Sebastian Shaw. Yeah, just again, we want to make sure we can clear North Star quickly because there's going to be another one that drops now. Right after he drops, the next one drops. So keep that in mind. There's going to be another one of these bad boys coming out. So we got 2 gladiators, 2 pandas, and basically all taunters, which is kind of insane. So probably would have been nice to lower some of these guys' health before the next wave drop, but that's kind of the way it goes. We'll do them turn rewind, try to get the evasion off of North Star so we can deal with him. Then we've got the stun again. We're going to throw that in there just for heals. And luckily for us, we still have the taunt from Iron Fist. That's going to keep us hopefully a little bit cushion while we sort out this garbage. That Sebastian Shaw just hits like a freaking truck. So North Star is going to do his thing. Throw the alt here. That's going to strip everything down and hopefully even do some extra little damage to North Star. At least it stripped his buffs. If we get to Swordmaster and he does his thing, he'll be able to shred these guys apart. It's going to require some luck. It's going to require some RNG. I've done this a few times now, and depending on which way it goes, it's going to suck. But it's doable. It's doable. It just takes a little bit of RNG. It takes a little bit of strategy. Some stupid amount of RNG and luck, I guess, too, if we're getting on that topic here. So somehow our Iron Fist is not dead yet, which is surprising. Sebastian Shaw is just absolutely tearing us apart here. I think what I should have done is I should have kept maybe one of the pandas alive and maybe taken out Sebastian Shaw because he's way too strong to be kept alive this long, and I'm such an idiot for still leaving him there. So throw the stun because we can't throw it on anybody else because there's a taunt on Sasquatch. And again here, we'll revive Iron Fist for the 5th time. Okay, so then after that, we can, we'll focus on the cluster here. Get Lady Bullseye to do her thing. Finally take out that piece of garbage, Sebastian Shaw, hopefully. Let's just take out North Star so he can't do anything because he's got all those buffs on him. And then, Swordmaster is going to do his he's good at shredding these guys up. Okay, so North Star's gone. We get 2 more stupid gladiators spawning on us. Great. We'll do the turn rewind here. My goodness gracious. Oh, man. This is such a brutal node. We'll do the ult here because we can't do the special. Would have been nice if we had the special. We would have been able to strip some of these taunts off, but we didn't have it, unfortunately. So we'll do the ult here, get some heals back. Iron Fist is actually finally going to be able to take a turn now. The original one, I don't think he's taken anything. Throw the ult there. Strip those taunts. My goodness gracious. This is such a nasty node. I don't know if it's... I don't know. Like, people are saying maybe Winterguard can do this one. I don't know. I don't know. After playing it so many times, you got to have immortal weapons. And honestly, if mine weren't 105 and maybe if they were like 110 or something, maybe they'd find an easier time. But I'm regretting it. So, anyways, we only have to do this a couple more times for the milestones. So, we'll do the special there. That's going to take out the stupid Sebastian Shaw. Okay, now we can finally auto because we don't need this last team. We don't need these guys for the last section of the node. So, that's going to be great for us. So, there you guys have it. That is the node 6, and it was brutal. It was brutal, but we did it. We did it, guys. After a couple of core refreshes and some patience. But there you guys have it. That is the... My goodness. Oh, okay. So that's 6 out of the 7 nodes now done, and we'll proceed with the final one here. So the last one is actually, in my opinion, one of the easier ones to deal with. So for the last one, you want to run a similar team what we had before, but it's going to be the Brimstone this time, and we're finally going to actually use our Brimstone team. I haven't tried it with immortal weapons. It probably would work. I don't know if I'm going to try it this time because I'm kind of tired of this Thunderstrike raid, and I just need a reset. So maybe I'll do it for the next one. But we're gonna take those ults. Daemon's gonna do his thing. He's gonna blow everything up. You can use Hellcat to do her ultimate. She's gonna spread a whole bunch of negatives around. Franklin's gonna do his thing. That's fine. Thunderstrike's going to react, and he's going to also do his thing and kill off some guys as well. Doctor Strange, just make it the Doctor Strange's turn, and he's going to be able to wipe the entire board with his ult. Even if we suck and we don't do, if we wipe out on this, we have immortal weapons to clean up for us. So, as you guys see here, the biggest problem here is probably just surviving the initial couple attacks from the the Fantastic Four, and then once you do, then you can kind of see the Brimstone just picks up momentum. As we get those kills, Daemon also builds up his speed bar as well, and he gets his energy back, and it doesn't matter. Kahori's basically just going to kill herself here. She's just hitting. Thunderstrike's going to hit. Okay, so then Daemon's going to ult again. Boom. He's going to ult. Yeah, I don't know if there's too much to say about it. Thunderstrike does Thunderstrike. Daemon does his thing. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I feel like for the most part, it's pretty straightforward node, and once there's like 5 or 4 guys left, I mean, honestly, you could probably just hit auto, but okay, let's see here. Okay, there we go, and just a couple guys left here. So they can resist, they can try all they want, but yeah, the Brimstone were sitting on the sidelines for this entire raid, and now they're ready to unleash their havoc on these guys. So last one and done. So there you guys have it. That is yeah, that makes it easy. 4-piece, like I said, 4-piece Brimstone plus the Thunderstrike, which I guess would be a 5-piece because they kind of all share the same traits. But there you guys have it. That is basically all 7 of the nodes in this run here. It is quite a lengthy video, so I will put the timestamps on there so then you guys can skip ahead if you need to. But hopefully this has helped you guys out. Like I already said, figure out where you want to situate yourself in the milestones. Figure out what is actually realistic for you to do. I feel like the 3 or 4 nodes is going to be what most people can do, so then they can at least get the 6 or 7 reds. And then you can kind of go from there, and you can kind of work on, maybe figuring out if you are able to do 1 or 2 extra nodes and get some extra rewards. But don't kill yourself trying to get all the materials, because I think it's not really worth it unless you've been kind of preparing for it. I've been preparing for it since the first run of this way back in November, so I've been kind of buying all those Mystic pieces and getting myself situated. But that's not always the case for everybody. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. Hopefully this gives you guys some insight on how to tackle some of these nodes on, and hopefully you guys are able to get through them as well. I wish you guys all the best, and good luck with the Thunderstrike raids for the rest of the week. Thank you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one.